This is back to 99, back with another gameplay video. One of the cool things about the build specializations in 2K26 is that you get like a default name. So you see my character build is called a automatic. It's actually like a two-way skill stretch, but I like this because now you can kind of like, catfish people a little bit. So some people might be like, I don't want to stretch as my center or whatever, or, power forward. So I just do that sometimes. I think eventually when I get out of the brown plates and get to a higher tier, I can flex my real name, but I'm trying to lure people into the match. So this game right here, it just kind of shows how versatile you can be, with the right build. So I'm a 6'5" power forward, and the game kind of gets off to a shaky start. Not from my end, but from the play of my team. So the spacing is bad right now in this first little scenario. I had a match this morning. I saw like this video from this YouTuber who I will not name, but he had a very kind of a small channel, but he had a channel, and he was saying he did a test about like the fastest motion speeds, and his speeds kind of refuted what 2K2's was saying. So I was like, shit, the way he edited his videos, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it changed. It was a patch. So I put on the motion style on this 6'5" that I'm on. I put on Gary Trent's motion style, and I have a 92 speed, and I was moving in the mud, bro. Like, and to make it worse was that match I got scheduled with the 7, or scheduled against, maybe schedule's not the right word, but I got matched against a 7-foot center at the 5. So he was able to, I have an 81 interior. I could run a paint beast takeover, but I was trying to experiment again. So I just was running my block takeover, which gives me plus 15 to whatever my block is, but that wasn't stopping him inside the paint. But for a long time, the game was close. But the thing that was killing me was the motion style made it so he could hang with me on the perimeter when I would run. He's just sliding, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I had no advantage. The team wouldn't give me the ball. I got like 3 possessions. He had like 20, just scoring at the rim. The game was close for a long time, and then in the fourth quarter, we just got sloppy. And it's like, if you're gonna let him make all those twos, and then y'all not making threes and y'all not giving me the ball, then what are we doing? So but that was like earlier this morning. So I had that in my mind. I also knew that it was going to be the double rep weekend or whatever. So I changed my motion style back. Made a vow to myself to, pick the right takeover, and got back out there. So, and then at this match, what also helped me too was that they did put me at the power forward instead of the center. So the game is going however it's going right now. I'm not sure what the PG wanted, and also I'm a brown plate in this match. So I'm just playing with the quote unquote dregs of society. But I'm trying to make it work. I'm not really worried about my matchup. Right now we just need opportunity to touch the ball and see what's up. Keep in mind that position, and that was my PG. This Rudy Poo candy ass bitch, as The Rock would say. I don't know, bro. I don't know why running PG is kind of a thankless job. It's hard to do. It got a little bit better this year because of the 7-4. When 7-4s were running everything, it kind of showed the community that, whoa, you don't really need an inside center, huh? And then shooting being so easy too also helped, change some of that on. That shit was stupid. That shit, like, there's no RNG in shooting. There's RNG in passing. There's RNG in how you catch it. There's RNG how the ball even travels to you, you know? If you're winning by too much, they'll slow the shit down so the defense can catch up, or just all kinds of things that can impact, because right now on that last play, I should have caught the ball like a normal person and I should have shot it and I should have scored, but I didn't because of realism. Because not every pass is a good one in the NBA, I guess. Get the ball again. Perfect. Now, again, I'll say shooting is too easy, but I was shooting like this last year. Okay, obviously not. But it's the same jump shot, the same timing, and the difference is the game doesn't hoe you as much as it did last year. And it's kind of refreshing because obviously I miss every now and again, but I love the fact that I know that, on the next play or even in the same, quote unquote possession, just get me back the ball, man. 2 for $1, you know? I'll knock it down. I'll make my next 5, whatever the scenario is, that you have to coach yourself through. But that's kind of the beauty of this one is that I got the green light. So I'm here again. He could have passed it to me. He didn't. We still got the ball, so, I don't flop. So we're 19-14 right now. Somebody just gave up a 3. I have my profile locked where people can't message me unless they're my friends or whatever. And I think it's just a good way to live because it's like sometimes after games people want to message you, and I guess some people like that. But to me, it's like life is stressful enough, just real life. So I don't want to have to, you know, get quote unquote hate mail and then have to, respond back and, he just called me a bitch. I got called him a bitch. It's like, no, bro. If you think that your life is better than mine or you're a better player than me just because of this one match, I'm gonna let you have it, man. I don't have to defend any of that. So that's how I get down. I start my own party chat if I'm gonna have the sound on, and I don't really engage with the other players. I just do what I do. See if they let me get this one. Yeah, the game let him. Well, I won't say the game let him, but he recovered quicker than I thought when I was trying to get to my spot for that one. So now we're down by 3. Got a little blocking foul there. You also want to keep your eye on the other team's PG because he's kind of, he's running around. He looks drippy, but is he good? That shit right there, he should have passed that out. That part kind of pissed me off right there because it's like, bro, we're down already, and you're not making smart decisions. We're not up when you tried that. We were down, and in this game, you know how easy it is to shoot. So now we're down by 6, and then that's the PG, y'all. So now we're down by 8. I called timeout. I was pissed. It's like, bro, you can't fucking come down there and take that dumbass shot, and then you wanna, get us a violation. So he took that shot. Then he missed that shot. And to tell you the truth, I almost quit. Like after these sequences, I was like, bro, I can't, bro. I'll take the ban. But something in me said, just stick around, man. Yeah, I was almost out of there. And I was like, bro, with the AI, I know the computer is gonna. I mean, I know the other point guard is just gonna go off on him. And and normally I can make that fade, but the game said no, so it was just like an avalanche of like, fuck, right? Like, damn, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna fucking do? So I don't even know what my ball handling is. It's probably a 73, 77. So 77 speed, 73 dribbling animation. So I'm not a real dribbler. But I was, pantomiming and having some sauce. So call for the ball. They put me in that jump and a fucking spin. Try to go to the rim. This nigga's there. His nigga's there, I mean to say. But he can shoot. So all right. All right. I see what's going on. I see what's going on now. People reaching. People are reaching. I lock on to him. Yeah, I lock on to him because I'm a 6'5" power forward. With a 93 perimeter currently. So this was a no-brainer. I said, you know what? The dude that I got originally is trash. Throw the AI on him. I'm going to neutralize their PG. And so he's fighting it right now. He's fighting. The PG's fighting. He's like, nah, I got this. This power forward can't guard me. Get to my spot. Sheesh. And I told y'all, man, this is all button shooting. Couldn't rhythm if I tried. So let's see what he gets. Too much interior D. Oh damn! Wasn't we just down? Oh shit! How we close to 2? We get a little assist there from the guy that I'm supposed to be guarding. I guess he's butthurt about something. I splash a 3. 2K25, you don't know what the fuck was gonna happen. 2K26, you're like, nigga, green, So, all right, I kind of took this personally too, right here, that I'm not the player to have, and that this trash ass motherfucker that quit the game is somehow the player to have. So I had to, sip my Gatorade, say, put me in, coach. Let me rock out with my cock out. You feel me? But I knew in my bones I didn't like that shit either. I knew, and I didn't really reach there. That's an auto reach, RNG reach. I didn't hit the button at all. So from the moment that I locked on to this dude like a heat-seeking missile, he was out of the game. Obviously, there's gonna be some PGs with sauce, but he didn't have no sauce. There was no sauce, no hot sauce, no mild sauce. I get that tough layup because I think my layup is like a 57 or some shit like that. I don't know. Look at whatever the PJ Tucker build is on my channel, but it's not over a 70. So that was a oots tough layup. But I got big balls. 2K tried to fuck me up. I still got it off. Okay, he's a little bit ahead of me. 81 interior D plus whatever my takeover is doing. I guess I might have like a +2 to interior or something. But really, it's just big balls. He shot that. I said, I didn't get too mad, but I said, fuck, nigga, we not ahead enough to be taking maybes. I need every shot to be like 100%. We got very, very lucky on that play. That the PG's Ghost has whatever kind of driving, slashing stats that he had. Otherwise, the complexity of this game right now is a little different because they got closer, and we'd be making more mistakes. I'm leaking out to the corner. 2K wanted to give these people another chance. Because if that pass goes through, what is it, 47 to whatever it was before they made this? So now it's a 2-point game. I'm just doing my thing. Our AI bounces back. My butthole gets a little looser, a little more pucker room, But I'm like, all right, I'm still locked in. They trying to help. I'm getting screened. Fight the screen, and when I say fight, I just keep moving. I have gold. Okay. Let me process that. Got a little blow by on me. I got gold pick dodger, so I'm trying to sauce. I pass the ball. I'm looking for my openings. Good thing he has high dunk. So besides that blow by, look, and let's say whatever that pass was, little RNG on our side that I'm not mad at. Get the ball. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, look at that. All right. So, and the crazy part about this is like my takeover, it says sharpshooter, but it's pretty much it's only two things. It's interior and perimeter defense boost. So, +8 on each of them. So I go to like a 99 perimeter, when it's maxed out, and then a 89 interior. But the crazy part is with the sharpshooter take, my standstills go up, even though I'm not really boosting my shooting attributes anymore, based on having the pure defensive settings. But the other part that's crazy is that every time I do something good, like I get an assist or I clamp or do whatever, I'm just getting better on defense and both, lanes, which is the outside and the inside. So that was kind of like every time the game, rewarded me for doing something good, it's making his job harder, as opposed to if you have a pure offensive thing, it's like, okay, you can shoot better, but you're not making his life hell on the other side. And I'm just saying, every time I make a bucket, I'm not even thinking about making myself better offensively. I'm thinking about clamping. So, and that's not every takeover, but I'm just saying that was just making my metaphorical husband bulge grow in this game, because it's like there's nothing he can do. Like if I'm clamping him when my bar is naked or empty, imagine the clamp after I just knocked down a three, or I scored a rebound and I threw an assist, or I just threw an assist in general. So it's like every time I do something to him, I'm hulking up, and then he's just going to get more and more confused, and all his abandonment issues about his dad and his mother abandoning him, that's just going to come back to the forefront, and his attributes mentally are going to stop dropping. Like whatever he has, his IQ, he's not trusting the process. He's not trusting himself. He's locked into a match with Becton 9-9, and that's a whole nother. That's like some under the hood takeover that I always have. Just the IQ takeover, the court vision, the willingness to make the right pass. This shit that I come into, I never run zone. I play man to man. I'll live and I die on that hill, and I make these randoms who thought they were going to come in here and run a fucking zone. The other team's running a zone, but my team, you better guard him. Guard your man. You can't, you refuse to, we'll lose. But we was going to lose either way if I wasn't in here. If I wasn't, playing center, playing power forward, I would get a center or a power forward. That's fucking stupid. And that doesn't shoot. So right now, look at this score right now, and then keep your eye on it because we almost choked the game. So that's what I'm going to be studying in here. So I'm guarding my guy, right? I'm in front of him. I tried to, put my hands up. He got a blow by. All right, that's one bucket. We still have a 13-point lead at this point. Okay, he makes that shot. We go back up to 69. Keep in mind, once I locked on to the PG, he was out of the game. Now that part right there, watch this. So they got that bucket, then they got this bucket, and another one, and the one before when he did the rebound shit. So now it's a close game again. That was like at least if he scored 3 and the other one was a 2, that's at least a 5 to 6 point swing that they just had. In like less than a minute. So it's a 10-point game. 2 minutes to go. We're kind of getting hella loose booty with it. That was some good IQ there from the other player to do a close shot. Collected charging foul. I didn't do that on purpose. But I was just applying pressure. And I'm not mad at them for that, because sometimes it's just how 2K positions you after a break, puts you in a position to get blown by or whatever. It's not like you signed up the camera just switching. You were standing in a spot, and the other person recognized they had a lane. But that's what 2K wanted them to have, that basket. $2K made me sell the clip. You just got some free ASMR of me chewing. Should charge you for that shit, bro. So, a minute to go. We're up by, let's see, 11. I had to do some quick Sesame Street in the mind. So the coldest goat really got clamped up. I didn't like that 3, but it happened. I'm like, yo, let me waste a little time. Maybe they'll foul me. Try to set a little big body Miyagi. Once again, the PG's dumbass close shot build bails us out. Thank you, but fuck you. But they weren't guarding him on those plays, so it helped us. In real life, I don't think he ever would have maybe even shot the ball good. I don't know. All of our interior defense came together to block the person, but then 2K lets the ball roll back to them and let them get a bucket. So it's 17 seconds. We're pretty confident that nothing's going to happen. Obviously, I'm from the future, so I know nothing's going to happen. But in the middle of the game, we're just like, could they have a crazy comeback? So he got by me. I was maybe still gloating inside from that pull-up I did on the last play. I get another pull-up. And the real question is, what if I was a power forward that was 7 foot and I had no perimeter, or if I had one of those on my team, I lose the game. But since I had me, a whole me, the other team, they took the L. So this is Back to 99 signing out. Hope you guys are having a good weekend.